KREM 2 News 10 at 10 begins now with Mark Henrahan and Jeremy Legoo.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. More than 60 people were forced from their homes tonight in a downtown Spokane apartment fire that also caused major flooding and damage to local businesses. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy has more as residents look for a new place to sleep tonight.
Multiple businesses were flooded Wednesday night, like O'Doherty's behind me, as residents were evacuating a nearby apartment building.
It was smoky in the hallway and tried to get out as quick as we could.
More than 60 residents of the Coeur d'Alene Plaza apartments were evacuated following what Spokane Fire says was a fire in a kitchen on the 6th floor. While the fire was contained to the kitchen, the sprinkler system caused flooding, forcing residents to evacuate.
We're worried about whether our apartments are flooded or not. We don't know.
Resident Tom Duncan was one of the dozens forced to leave his home Wednesday night. The emergency carried to neighboring businesses. Toy store Boo Radley's evacuated due to flooding, as well as O'Doherty's right next door, with the owner John saying they'll be closed tomorrow.
This is about the 5th or 6th flood that we've had because the building's old. This is way more water and disruption than we've ever experienced.
But he's hopeful.
It's going to happen. You want it to happen in year 33, not year 3.
SFD says they're working with the American Red Cross to help those impacted by the flooding. Duncan isn't optimistic.
There's nothing I can do about it. I don't have renter's insurance. I don't think it's covered under their insurance policy. I don't know what's going to happen. Have to wait and see. It's a wait and see game now.
The American Red Cross, who say there is an evacuation shelter set in place for those who have been affected. That's located at the All Saints Lutheran Church at 314 South Spruce Street. Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
Now to an update on a brutal Montana murder that we first broke here on KREM 2 News 10 at 10. The man charged with killing a camper in a tent near Big Sky, Montana, has pleaded not guilty. Darren Abbey, a self-described white supremacist, claims he acted in self-defense. Investigators say there are inconsistencies, though, in his story. Police initially thought a bear attack killed Dustin Jersom when his girlfriend found him dead while camping back in October. Right now, Abbey is in jail. His bail has been set at $1.5 million. Incredible new video off the Oregon coast tonight after a Washington man came within feet of a massive great white shark. A local spear fisherman says he was diving near Pacific City when he saw the eerie shadow of a 12-foot-long great white, a sight that he said certainly caught him off guard.
So as soon as I kind of make eye contact with him, he immediately cuts sideways and I just see his giant body. And the only thing I could think of, I've been with 10+ feet tiger shark, bull shark. The only thing I could think was holy smokes, that's the biggest body I've ever seen.
That shark is estimated to weigh roughly 2,000 pounds. Scientists say if you've ever swam or surfed along the Oregon coast, a shark has definitely spotted you. The Meade School District has fired its head football coach following an investigation into misconduct, which was first uncovered by an exclusive KREM 2 investigation. The district released its findings from an internal investigation, concluding that head coach Keith Stamps was unprofessional and demonstrated poor judgment. Our Whitney Ward dug into the report and the district's most recent findings.
At least 4 Meade football players have come forward saying they were assaulted and harassed by fellow teammates and that coaches and administrators did nothing to stop it. The initial assault happened back in the summer of 2023 at a football training camp out in Cheney at Eastern Washington University. Up until today, the district had insisted it did respond appropriately, but today that all changed.
Police records show a parent called EWU police in Cheney to report that a cell phone video showed a student being held down by multiple other teens and assaulted with a massage gun. Since then, more students have said it happened to them, more parents have reported their concerns, and multiple lawsuits have been filed against the district. This is the official report from the Meade District that was emailed to me this afternoon. It says Keith Stamps failed to appropriately respond to allegations of student misconduct and that he was dishonest with the district. In part, that report said his failure to inform district administrators about the allegations has had a detrimental effect on students, staff, programs, and the community. It goes on to say these allegations were left unaddressed for months, resulting in delayed Title IX investigations, delayed corrective measures for the aggressors, and delayed support for the victims, ultimately fueling a media firestorm, lawsuits, and calling into question the community's trust in the district. I spoke with the district spokesperson today. He told me Keith Stamps is no longer coaching or teaching with the Meade District based on probable cause to terminate his contracts. I'm told Stamps does have the right to appeal. They also told me today's decision came after another lawsuit was filed against the district in November that revealed a deleted email which included additional information and previously unreported allegations of student and staff misconduct within the football program. That included claims that students were held down while others used a massage gun, and that one of the coaches knew about it and reportedly told the students they were soft and that back in their day, we used a stick. The report concluded with Meade Superintendent Travis Hansen saying, based on the findings, Stamps' conduct is unprofessional, inappropriate, flagrant, egregious, based on substantial poor judgment and a flagrant disregard of professional standards.
Now, I also spoke with a parent of one of the assault victims today. They told me they are at least glad to see the district is finally taking their concerns more seriously. If you would like to watch more of our exclusive coverage and interviews on this KREM 2 investigation, just go to KREM.com.
All right, new tonight, North Idaho College announced that they are scrapping their golf program. Both men's and women's golf teams will be eliminated following the 2025 spring semester. NIC says they're restructuring the athletics program because its current financial trajectory is, quote, unsustainable. This is all part of a cost-saving measure being taken by NIC as they are working to solve accreditation issues by April. That move will impact 11 student athletes and save the athletics department $600,000. All right, let's switch gears and take a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. Jeremy, I know it's only December. It's starting to feel, though, like Groundhog Day. When will we finally be free of all this fog?
Maybe late Friday.
Okay.
Maybe. It's a tough one. It looks like things tomorrow look very similar to what we went through today. 30 degrees is where we sit, and that fog, while it's a little bit higher in the air, is still going to be a bit of a nuisance. Reason being, we are going to see a little disturbance slide through, and that disturbance brings us the chance of a little more of this wintry precip or this freezing mist or drizzle as we call it. Current temperatures down below freezing and staying there overnight. Looks like tomorrow we wake up to patchy fog. We'll squeeze out some of that as precipitation throughout the day. Friday afternoon is when we get a more widespread disturbance that looks like it might potentially stir us up enough to see some sun. That's a big maybe though, and getting there brings more of the same. 33 tomorrow with clouds, fog, and that freezing drizzle. Friday could hit 36 if we stir things up enough, and Saturday 41 degrees as rain returns to the region.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. We'll check back in with you later in the show. Tonight, the hunt is on for an alleged assassin who brazenly gunned down the CEO of UnitedHealth on a busy Manhattan street this morning. The NYPD says 50-year-old Brian Thompson was shot as he entered a hotel to meet with investors. Police released photos of the suspected shooter as they asked the public for help. They say the gunman ran from the scene and then used an e-bike to get away.
The full investigative efforts of the New York City Police Department are well underway, and we will not rest until we identify and apprehend the shooter in this case.
The motive for this murder currently is unknown, but based on the evidence we have so far, it does appear that the victim was specifically targeted. But at this point, we do not know why.
Police recovered a cell phone near the crime scene. They are also looking at surveillance video and talking with authorities in Thompson's home state of Minnesota to see if any threats were made against him in the past. Today, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in what is being considered the most significant case this term, whether states like Idaho and Tennessee can ban puberty blockers and hormone treatments for transgender youth. Parents of transgender youth on both sides of the issue were outside the court today. The case challenges the constitutionality of a Tennessee law that bans what's known as gender-affirming care, such as puberty blockers and hormone therapy for transgender minors. More than 20 states have similar measures on the books, including Idaho. And that was your KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where you get more news in less time.